All right, so we're back. My throat is kind of dry, so we'll see if we can get through this. I mean, it'll probably just encourage me not to talk as much, which kind of should be the default, but, whatever. So we're doing Shiyu. This is how the last one went. Physical shear, of course, we're shilling for what's his name? I'm drawing a blank here. Uh, you know what I'm talking about. Billy, there we go. So I haven't had a lot of sleep either, so I'm gonna be a little slower. But yeah, so we're obviously silly buffs. So that's interesting. I mean, we probably just take advantage of some of this. So basic EX and ultimate ignore 10% physical res. So since half of this buff applies to uh, Yixing Wang, I'll probably bring her into this, but we'll see. Ice damage, anomaly AP. So when an enemy is inflicted with an attribute anomaly, the whole squad's a bloom damage increases by 20. A bloom damage ignores ice res. So we're probably just gonna bring Jane into this. Conversely, I could just probably try what's her name. What's her name? I think she does a blooms too. Actually, she might have her own little like off-brand of blooms, but we might try Grace on this one. I think she'd be pretty good. And then here, obviously, we're just gonna bring in what's her name? Sambi. This one's gonna be the easiest one. Electrical, basic, defense shred. So I'm just gonna bring. I'm just gonna do this one first because it's easy.
Nothing to fear.
Okay, so normally we have her. I need to see what I'm doing here. So I think we are gonna go with Yixing Wang up here, which means I'm going with Yixing Wang plus Dialin plus Sunna. So that's that. Here I can't bring Sunna, which is usually who I bring here, so I'm going to bring her instead. So this is her build that I use. So we'll just go to build for the rest of them. So that's her build, 210, 3, whatever. These are her skills. These are the gear. So pretty good. Her weapon's just a 1 rank. Then here's her build. So that's that. I mean, I could even just use Nicole. Nicole has 70 crit rate because of her last Mindscape, plus all these other bonuses. Yeah. I'm running her on attack percentage for some reason. I think what I found was like running her I could either get 10% more attack, which increases her damage a little bit. It's not great, but you know what I mean? So I get a little bit of damage out of her, or I get a little bit more energy regen out of her. But I think the little bit that you get from the 2-piece swing jazz doesn't seem to really offset much. Like the 2-piece at this point, because she has so much energy regen from this and from this set and from energy regen here, she's like almost maxing out on energy regen. The little bit extra we get on top of that doesn't seem to get me more bubbles or anything like that. You know what I mean? So while in the long run, probably this is better because she doesn't do a lot of damage on her own, like the lizard brain wants her to do a little bit more damage because, again, that little bit of extra energy. The point I'm trying to make is that, like, it doesn't really matter. You can either have her do more damage, you can have her give her more energy, you can do, whatever 2-piece you want. Is it really going to change her? Because you're not going to feel that extra energy regen. You're not going to feel that extra damage. You're not going to feel, if you run around like a 2-piece, like a Faithin's Melody to get more anomaly proficiency for whatever reason. Like, with Nicole, that extra 2-piece doesn't really have much of an effect for some reason. I don't know. Like I said, I've just been testing it out, and that's kind of the conclusion I brought. But anyway, going back to her, I run this set on her specifically because it's got a lot of like good rolls, so that when I use her with Yixing Wang, it's a lot better because this set gives Yixing Wang a 24% damage boost, but it's a selfish boost. The reason I'm bringing this up is because if you use her with like any other team, like her with Sambi, the other set, the Bunny in Wonderland or whatever, this set ends up giving you a higher score because specifically because it boosts everyone's damage, which means it boosts her damage, Zhao's damage, while also boosting Trigger's damage and Sambi's damage, and the uptime is a lot higher regardless. So the reason, again, that's kind of why mainly you want to use this set, because it gives the whole team an 18% damage boost, which is what, 6% lower than the other one. But again, it stays up longer, and two, it affects the entire team. And with the Yexing Wang team, like Yexing Wang sucks up so much of the damage that this one, it doesn't really make that much of a difference between running that and this. Because normally if you run her, like if she's on the Yexing Wang team, it's her, Yexing Wang, and Sunna. And her and Sunna don't do that much damage, so boosting their damage isn't that big a deal. But in the Sambi team, like Trigger does a decent amount of damage. Again, it's not great. It's nothing major, but the fact that Sambi boosts Trigger's damage with her passives, and now this boosts Trigger's damage, and then Trigger gets the King of the Summit buff. And you know what I mean? Like all these things are stacking on top of each other. So it like running her on Bunny in Wonderland, you kind of want to do that for Trigger. But when you're running her with a Yexing Wang team, you can kind of just go with this one if you have this set, because a lot of us have this set from back then, and I don't really have any other use for it. There's no unit that I run anymore that can use this set. So I'll leave it on her because it's not that big a deal. Because again, the rolls on everything were pretty good. So if you want to see here, HP crit rate, crit damage, like all these pieces are fantastic. So it really kind of makes her not great, but certainly a little bit more formidable. So she does a little more damage on top of boosting the team, just the way she does. So that's kind of why I like to run that. But I think I'm just going to run her on the Bunny here because, again, this boosts the entire team's damage. And you don't always, like, it's hard. She kind of lacks a certain amount of energy regen to keep her buffs up all the time, to maintain the Astral Voice, because it's hard to get those quick assists all the time. So that's the other issue with that. So I think we're just going to bring you into this. This should be fine. I like Nicole, but she just doesn't compete with Zhao, because Zhao has like a 35% damage buff, plus the weapon gives you more impact and a damage buff. There's just too much going on with Zhao for me to just ignore it. There's probably a fast way to kill this guy, because oh wow, I wasted time there. When I fight these two in one of the disc whatevers, man, this guy just won't die, will he? I'm wasting so much time.
Are one with the wind. Right on cue.
I should probably save this for the stun window, but I don't.
Roger that. Engaging. Focus up.
He doesn't watch me scrub out so hard, because I always mess up this one. See? I don't know. I always biff it so hard, it pisses me off. Ah, messed up. That's fine. gonna ult him. It feels so weird playing Sambi without having to worry about the like the bubble restrictions. Because if you play her with Nicole, right, you have to do all your damage within like the bubble time window. But when you're free, like if you're using Zhao or you're using Sana or you're using, who's the other one? You guys know who I'm talking about. The Lucy, you know, if you're using those, it's not that big a deal because you just, you know, you can throw everything whenever you want it. I think we can, like, you can improve the score here against that the first two units. Those took way too long. It shouldn't have taken that long, but you know, I was scrubbing out. So either way, we'll see if we need to redo it. We got 33. That's usually a good sign. That's a third. The problem is we might find the other two are going to be a little harder to get high scores on, so we might have to go back and try to milk that one a little more. So this one we're bringing in. We're just going to try it with. Let's go. Actually, you know, we'll do this one for last. We're just going to bring the good old Yixing Wong team. She's going to stomp on everybody. Where is... What am I looking for? There we are. So we'll look at the builds. That's her build right now, 203, 55. I'm still running around pen ratio. This is actually just physical, but this, again, this can be replaced with like a crit damage set, and you'd probably be just as good. But I don't, let's see. I guess I can give her this. Let's try this. Actually, can you swap? I don't think you can swap gear in this one. Like if I swap Sambi's crit damage set to her, I think it'll mess me up. Do I not have a better one of this? Man, all the grinding I did for her and my sets for her are still trash. Let's go see. 290, whatever. Too much crit rate. Anyway, I'm not gonna mess with the build right now. I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. Where is Sambi? Where's the piece? There it is. But anyway, yeah. So that's her stats. Dial in, same as usual. Just a bunch of crit rate. Got really lucky with a lot of these pieces. Again, I can just run this at +3. Where is it? I got the, well, not that one. I don't know where. One of these pieces has, bottom line is one of these pieces has less crit rate than it should. Oh yeah, just if I run this, it'll be fine. So this brings it up to 99, but I don't really care enough. And then here's this weapon. This weapon's like fantastic for her. Doesn't give her team damage the way the other one does, but you know, still really good. Finally got my Sun up to 3,500 attack on the double set. Again, with her, because she does so little damage compared to like anything, it doesn't really, like, we made that argument before, but with her, I do think her energy is a little more important because you really do have to get her her cheer buff up a little more often, and it's annoying to keep it refreshed, and this is her her set, so yeah, we're just gonna go with this. Arguably, Sunup probably does more personal damage than Nicole does, but I don't know. For some reason, I want to have Nicole do more damage than I want Sana to do because I really don't care like how whatever Sana does. It's not important to me. Man, I can't believe I dodged that. Ah, that flamethrower. She swapped in and the flamethrower hit me and wasted a bunch of my time. The way this game mode works is it kind of just forces you to like be wasteful with your resources. So as you saw, like I was building up that the stacks for her whatever, her Ultra Instinct mode. And then I just kind of ripped the forced ult anyway, which wasted all those stacks essentially. That's a free ult. That's a free 6 stacks. But it's more important to just get that first wave cleared rather than be efficient with it. Just gonna alter. Somebody was talking to me the other day about her chain attacks. And that's kind of what I figured. You want to stick to her chain attacks more. You want to stick to using her like just Yashing Long's chain attack more. You don't want to chain out of her is the bottom line. Because chaining out of her is a waste of time. It wastes so much time and energy. And then we're just gonna ult here, and then I'm just gonna burn it because she's gonna die anyway. Yeah. That was actually pretty fast. Dial in is just. I think let's go look at it real quick just for a second. So 37, we're doing pretty good. We're keeping up. There's mainly just because she's so broken. So this gives us a little bit of wiggle room for the middle one because the middle one is where we're gonna struggle the most. Because. Like, Yashing Wang is so broken that here in this top one, she's overscoring. And then this one is so fine-tuned to Sambi and her, like, first of all, she's got the electric weakness, plus the buffs also buff Sambi specifically. So it makes this one, it gives us a little more leeway. So this is the one we're going to struggle in the most, which, funnily enough, these attributes, whenever you see these are like, okay, he himself is weak to ice and strong to physical. But as we said before, the first wave is where you want to, like, maximize, like, they're the one that really matters. Like clearing that first wave as fast as possible is the one that really matters. So even though he's resistant to physical, the first wave might not be necessarily. Sometimes they pair them together, but sometimes they don't, which means that you clear that first wave pretty quickly. And when you go on to him, it's not as bad. So you have more leeway there. But anyway, the thing I wanted to mention real quick is that Dial In kind of makes this. She kind of makes this this one not as valuable, but especially with her, this first Mindscape is like kind of broken because now you start off the fight with a full sword force every single time. Like it's just dumb. So you have an ult that you just burn off every time you go into any fight, and then it doesn't even count in the fact that you do 10% more damage and then 20% defense shred. So the one thing, because the reason I bring it up is because at the time when I pulled her, I had almost enough to go for a second pity of her. And I was, well, not a second pity, a second, like I could have hit the 50-50 to see if I could get another copy of her. But I kind of was like, nah, I was kind of half committed. And I'm still not convinced it's entirely like I missed out on it. Like I'd rather have the two Mindscapes for Yuzuha than have her first Mindscape, right? That's kind of my point. One of the other things that could also boost the score, well, not now anyway, but anyway, that's a tangent. Let's go over to here again. The idea here was that I was going to use I'm just going to use what's her name, Jane Doe here. So let's get in there again. First of all, Nangong makes up for Jane Doe, and then Yuzuha having two Mindscapes makes up for Jane Doe. So it really she just gets carried really hard. So this is her stats: 26, 431, 192 is her skills. You don't have to level these up; you can keep these all at 1. But because Jane's my favorite character, slowly over time, I've been working on just maxing her out. So I want these all to be 12, even though it doesn't add or do anything, right? It's just here. I just want her to be fully maxed out is the point I'm trying to make. So yeah, again, with her specifically, I am running the pen ratio meta here. It's probably not meta, but I don't know. I find it. I think it's good. Here we are with Nangong. This is her stats. She's running pen ratio as well because why not? She could benefit from running the actually, like, her compared to Jane Doe, she probably benefits more from running, like, a 2-piece Aria or whatever, this thing. It's just that this piece and this piece are so good that I'm like, let's just leave them here. So this is kind of what she's running with. This is her weapon, of course. And then Yuzuha. Oh, actually, I have to change her weapon. Yep. Okay, so here we go. Use a 3,000 attack. That's all you need. As her skills, all you have to do is upgrade this one, and this one. This upgrades her like extra basic off-field basic attack, aftershocks or whatever. This increases the time, however long the buff lasts. So you can see there it's 40 seconds. This one increases the energy, and that's about it. This one up here increases what how the buff, like what the actual buffs give you.
Got a new ghost story to share?
Again, there's nothing to her build. It's just getting anomaly and attack percentage. Attack percentage should be our priority, then anomaly stuff, anomaly proficiency. And then you got pen ratio from the main stat of this. But I've pulled 3 copies of this, which is fantastic. Once I get it maxed out, it's going to be like really ridiculous.
There's no class today.
Even now, it's like really dumb how good it is. But yeah, let's see what this first wave looks like.
Okay, let me help.
There. Okay. See, he's not weak to. He's not immune to physical.
Wanna know what lurks in the darkness?
Ready for a quick beat?
Careful. I bite. Oops, sorry. Wanna know what lurks in the darkness?
I'm just gonna hit him with the ult. I should save this for his whatever phase, but whatever.
Careful. I bite. Wanna know what lurks in the darkness? Careful. It's dark.
And we're gonna ult him with this.
Careful. I bite.
I can't. For some reason, I can't hit that second parry. I miss it. Like that's the second time I've missed that second parry. It does. It hasn't costed me. It's been basically consequence free, but it still pisses me off that I can't hit it. I missed the timing on it.
Find your weakness. Wanna know what lurks in the darkness?
There we go. I needed to get 30,000 on this one. A little under 30,000, maybe like 29. I wasn't paying attention to the score. I was just kind of in the zone. So we got 34, not bad. We actually did better than even like the one that was specifically designed for what's her name, for Sambi over there. And again, this mainly just came from the fact that those first 2 waves were not physical resistant. So basically, the 2 waves that mattered the most, Jane Doe performed like normal, and then yeah, sure, he was resistant to it, but we still just stomped on him because this team does a lot of damage anyway. So whatever. The only thing I need for Jane is I just need more AP, I think. Well, let's go back here. 240. As a last thing, I guess, at the end, I'm not going to pull for Billy. I think I've already said that several times. I don't like Billy. I find him annoying. And having another... first of all, it was that. Second of all, the issue is my account is clearly already too physical heavy. Like, my favorite unit is Jane, so I invest a lot into making Jane better. So that's a lot of physical investment. And then I have Yeshing Wong, who's also another physical. And I cover both spectrums. So one's anomaly physical, one's direct damage physical, because she's an attacker. He's a rupture, but rupture and attackers work exactly the same way mechanically, and they take advantage of the same buffs slightly. Like they both use crit damage, crit chance, all that stuff. It's just what they scale off of. Obviously, one scales off of health, one scales off of attack and all that stuff. But functionally, they work about the same. They're just buff this one up and go up, buff this unit up and go over there and just hit them. Sometimes you have side off field attackers or whatnot, or sub DPSs. But when you're talking about like anomaly units, they work a little different because like they start mixing elements, disorder, and there's all that kind of stuff. So that's a different kind of anyway. The point being is I have physical coverage on both ecosystems, both the anomaly as well as the direct damage ecosystem, I guess you could call it. So again, pulling for Billy would be kind of dumb. And I really don't really want a physical rupture unit anyway, so I don't really care. Now the one unit that I do want, that I did want back then when she first dropped, was Orphe and Magus, because she really completes the Sambi team. Like the three of these together have such synergy, and I forgot what ability she has. An ability, one of these abilities. Aftershock damage, increase. Is it just her weapon? Okay. So aftershock dealt by agents is reduce damage, ignores 25% defense. Her with trigger and trigger's weapon gets you to 50% defense shred. But that's also not considering her weapon, which gives you another, let's see, another percentage of defense shred. So you're at 65% defense shred, which which is exactly the same amount as what's her name? I'm drawing a blank here. Nicole. Nicole has a 40% defense shred. So trigger with Nicole is 65. Trigger with Orphe is 65. But you get the benefits of all of Orphe's buffs. The sad thing about Nicole is that half of her buffs don't really help out. I mean, the crit chance is good, as well as the set bonus that she has is good, but the weapon bonus is kind of annoying because you have to keep putting the bubble up, as long as the defense shred. Here, this defense shred lasts almost the entire game, I'm assuming, the way you play her. So, again, partially it's why you run her, but I don't know. It's just, it's not, I don't have enough incentive because for that reason. And then second of all, again, I need to save up for Miyabi whenever she comes back, because I'm tired of not having ice coverage. And that's not even considering the idea that like now we have to start saving up and investing into wind coverage. So it's just, as much as I want to pull for Orphe and Magus, right now it's not the time. Where am I? 60, 69? We'll just send a 10 pull. If I get her in this 10 pull, cool. If not, I'll just save until the next rotation comes. One of the things that's going to piss me off is that if I do get her in this 10 pull, now I have to go pull her weapon, because otherwise it's like a waste of time. So I didn't get her, which is good. I don't mind getting a few extra merges. Not for the merges themselves, mainly for the currency it gives you. But yeah, so that's it. That's as far as I'm pulling on this banner. For now, it's important more just to save for the upcoming units, because more interesting is coming on the next update, the next horizon. I don't know. I'm probably not going to pull for that Wind fan lady. I haven't seen her kit very much, but for one, I'm not interested in pulling for like Zenless Temari. You know what I mean? Like, nobody liked Temari in Naruto, and if anybody wants to know my opinion on Naruto, I think it's terrible. It's not good. But I watched it regardless, so don't, my opinion isn't just some guy, some observer. I've actually watched the whole thing. But anyway, as much as I don't like the show, there's things I can like and things I don't like from the show, specifics, right? It's just in aggregate, I don't think it's a very good show. But anyway, point being is that like nobody liked Tamari in whatever, so adding her to Zenless isn't going to make me like her anymore. But like I said, I mean, if depending on her kit and how it works or whatever, I might be persuaded to, but from right now, from what I know, I can't be asked, and I really don't care about getting wind coverage because it doesn't look super interesting to me. We'll see how things go. Part of what the wind looks like it's going to do is it's looking a little bit like it's going to function similar to the way wind element does, arrow element does in in Genshin, where it's kind of like a supplemental element. Like you don't use wind on its own. Its main purpose is to kind of like swirl, right? The swirling effect when you combine it with electricity or the other elements. So I'm assuming the wind, from what it looked like the wind does something similar. Again, don't quote me on that. I don't know the specifics. You can go look up that stuff, and I'll have to look it up eventually. But for the time being, that's what I extracted from it, and it looks kind of similar to that. So whatever. Jane is already doing insanely well with Nangong, so I don't really feel an urge to go do that. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I guess that's everything for now. I think I forgot what units are coming after these. I think it is that new fan lady that's coming in the next update with someone else. I think we're getting a new 4-star, which would be pretty good because we haven't had a 4-star in a while. But yeah, I don't know. We'll just keep an eye on it. I don't know what the next video is even going to be. It might be a Wuthering Waves video. I'm not sure. Because the update, you guys need to be saving right now on in Wuthering Waves. I don't have any resources in Wuthering Waves. I'm down to like 300 astrites. But if you're not saving, you better be saving in Wuwa for the collab because it's gonna hit us pretty hard. The good thing about Wuwa is at least they're giving us Lucy for free. Hypothetically, I think that's still confirmed. It may be. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I heard that. I kind of ran with it. Is it true? I don't know, maybe. But yeah. So the other thing is, I'd like to. I mean, it'd be cool to see Zenless have a collab. I don't know why they haven't had one yet, but I don't know what they would collab with. I would like to see like a Persona collab. I could see that happening. I don't know who you would do. I mean, the obvious choice is you probably put Joker in here somewhere, but I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, like I said, we'll see. See you guys next time.